Mankhamba village slumbers under the moon's gentle gaze, a symphony of crickets and distant drums filling the night. Here, in Mankhamba, lives Chisomo. The narrator's voice whispers, painting a portrait of a young girl on the cusp of destiny. A 19-year-old girl with bright eyes and a strong heart is about to discover her unique and challenging gift. Her eyes reflect the promise of a future yet unknown, shimmering with youthful eagerness. The faint rhythm of distant drums beats like a heart, hinting at the trials and wonders that await Chisomo in the shadows of the night. In the quiet of the night, Chisomo lies in a restless slumber, her dreams stirring beneath a veil of unease. Her face softens, as if surrendering to the pull of a dream. A subtle shift occurs, transporting her into the dream state. The world fades around her as she drifts deeper into the embrace of her visions. A dark, foggy forest where shadows dance and visibility fades into nothingness. A piercing scream shatters the silence of the night, echoing through the trees. A shadowy figure streaks past, a fleeting glimpse of something unknown. Chisomo turns. A haunting tableau unfolds before her eyes. Martha lies lifeless beneath a twisted fig tree, her uniform stained with blood, her eyes wide with terror. Chisomo screams, jolting awake into the stark reality of her nightmare. Chisomo awakens abruptly, her body slick with sweat as a chilling nightmare clings to her. Her heart races, a frantic drumbeat against the encroaching dread. Clutching the warm blanket, she struggles to banish the lingering fear. She attempts to convince herself it was just a nightmare. She tries to shake off the dream. Chisomo walks to school, haunted by the shadows of a recent nightmare. She is trying to shake off the lingering fear. The schoolyard buzzes with carefree laughter. Teachers stand in small groups, chatting easily. The normal school atmosphere contrasts with Chisomo's inner turmoil. The echoes of her dream fade into the background noise. The school bell's shrill cry signals freedom as students pour from the building, their joyous laughter filling the air. A teacher bursts onto the scene, her face a mask of stark panic, her voice cutting through the cheerful chaos. Chisomo freezes, her blood turning to ice as the teacher's desperate announcement pierces her world. "Martha has collapsed near the school gate!" Her heart hammers against her ribs as she stares towards the school gate, where a crowd begins to gather, a vortex of fear and uncertainty. Chisomo navigates through the bustling school gate, her heart pounding with dread. A gasp escapes her lips as she spots Martha lying motionless on the ground. A horrifying realization dawns upon her. Martha's position mirrors the chilling scene from her dream. Her gaze snaps towards the twisted fig tree, a silent sentinel looming near the school fence, stirring a chilling sense of déjà vu. Recognition floods her senses as she identifies the tree from her nightmare, and she is frozen in place. Shock waves ripple through Chisomo, her hands trembling uncontrollably as the nightmare blurs with reality. In the dim light, Chisomo's hut flickers with shadows, a stark reflection of the turmoil within. Untouched food lies beside her, a testament to the heavy guilt and fear etched on her gaunt face. Gogo Mbali enters, her brow furrowed with worry, each step a burden of her age. The flickering candlelight dances across the mud walls, amplifying the sense of isolation and despair. The weight of years etched into Gogo Mbali's face as she approaches Chisomo. Inside Chisomo's humble hut, Gogo Mbali watches Chisomo with eyes reflecting both pride and deep concern. With tender conviction, Gogo Mbali declares, "You have the gift, Mwana, just like my mother." The weight of destiny settles upon Chisomo's young shoulders as Gogo Mbali continues, "You are a seer." Chisomo's brow furrows in confusion, her voice barely a whisper. "A what?" The revelation hangs heavy in the air, forever altering the course of Chisomo's life. In the dim light of Chisomo's hut, dust motes dance in the single ray of sunlight. Gogo Mbali sits across from Chisomo, her presence radiating ancient wisdom. Gogo Mbali gestures with a gnarled hand, her eyes hinting at hidden knowledge. "Chisomo, you can see what is coming. Death, warnings, signs from the ancestors." Gogo Mbali continues, her voice imbued with ancestral weight. "Women in our bloodline have always possessed this ability." Chisomo listens intently, absorbing the weight of Gogo Mbali's words. Bathed in sunlight, the old village buzzes with life, chickens peck at the ground, and children play. Gogo Mbali's voice echoes through the village, narrating tales of bygone days. Women with knowing faces tend to the sick, their hands radiating a gentle light. With hands raised to the heavens, they summon rain from the parched earth. In moments of conflict, they mediate disputes with uncanny wisdom, their voices calming the storm. The villagers watch with awe and trepidation, labeling them witches and angels. The room stills as Gogombali's aged eyes meet Chisomo's, filled with ancient wisdom and unspoken warnings. A silent charge fills the small hut. Gogombali's voice drops, a heavy prophecy hanging in the air. But our power comes with a price, Chisomo. Her words carry a chilling promise. You will see things no one believes. A dire warning cuts through the silence. And if you ignore them, people die. Chisomo's reaction is one of uncertainty. In the dimly lit hut, shadows dance on the mud walls, mirroring the turmoil in Chisomo's heart. The flickering oil lamp casts eerie shadows, intensifying Chisomo's fear and uncertainty. The weight of her newfound gift presses down on Chisomo, stealing her peace. Unable to find solace, Chisomo tosses restlessly, her mind haunted by the revelation. Each shadow seems to whisper doubts, amplifying Chisomo's inner conflict. Fear grips Chisomo's heart as she grapples with the implications of her gift. In a recurring dream, Chisomo finds herself trapped in a nightmare. Misozi appears, running desperately through the dense bush, tears streaming down her face. A sudden, deafening bang shatters the tranquility. A piercing scream echoes through the dreamscape, followed by the chilling sight of blood. Darkness descends, swallowing everything in its wake. Before the sun fully ascends, Chisomo races toward her aunt's house, her face a canvas of worry and mounting desperation. She bursts through the door, her voice cracking as she cries out, "Where is Misozi?" Her aunt emerges, her face etched with worry as she responds, "She went out looking for a missing goat." The uncle's voice is thick with emotion as he adds, "We are worried sick." Under the first light of dawn, Chisomo races into the dense bush, driven by a dream's vision. Lantern light flickers wildly as Chisomo sprints through the undergrowth, her determination unwavering. Following the dream-etched path, Chisomo plunges deeper into the heart of the wilderness. Each stride propels her further, the lantern's glow a beacon in the awakening landscape. The whisper of the wind and rustling leaves accompany Chisomo on her urgent quest. With unwavering resolve, Chisomo presses on, the dream's promise guiding her every step. As dawn breaks, the first light reveals a scene of quiet horror. Misozi lies motionless near a trap hole. Chisomo spots Misozi and races to her side, her face etched with worry and dread. Kneeling beside Misozi, Chisomo urgently assesses her injuries, her movements swift and precise. A wave of relief washes over Chisomo as she confirms that Misozi is alive, the averted tragedy palpable in the air. In the heart of the village, hushed whispers ripple through the crowd, a mix of awe and fear painting their faces. Eyes dart nervously, watching Chisomo from a distance as rumors of her newfound power spread like wildfire. Some villagers huddle together, their voices barely audible, exchanging worried glances and fearful speculations. Others stand in stunned silence, their faces reflecting a mixture of disbelief and wonder at the unfolding events. The air crackles with unspoken tension as the villagers grapple with the implications of Chisomo's ability. The future has arrived, and the village will never be the same. In the heart of the village, shadows of doubt begin to spread as villagers cast accusing glances at Chisomo. Fear takes root, their voices rising in a chorus of condemnation, branding Chisomo as a witch. Uncertainty clouds the faces of others, creating a palpable tension as they struggle with their beliefs. A widening gulf forms around Chisomo as villagers veer away, their avoidance speaking volumes. The once familiar paths of the village now feel treacherous as Chisomo navigates her way through a sea of distrust. Accusations hang heavy in the air, each whispered word a fresh wound as Chisomo faces the scorn of her community. Inside the dimly lit hut, shadows dance across the mud walls. Chisomo sits alone, her form a silhouette against the faint light. She is lost in thought, her isolation deepening with each passing moment. Her voice cracks as she questions her fate. Should I feel blessed or cursed? The silence of the hut answers her with an echoing emptiness. Under the cloak of night, the river reflects the moon's ethereal glow, casting long shadows that dance with the water's rhythm. Chisomo stands silhouetted against the luminous water, a solitary figure burdened by an unspoken gift. The tranquil scene belies the turmoil within, each ripple mirroring the weight on his shoulders. The burden of his gift weighs heavily on Chisomo, The river flows, indifferent to the silent struggle of the lone figure at its edge. As the night deepens, the river whispers secrets only Chisomo can understand, his fate intertwined with its timeless flow. The river unfolds, its dark waters mirroring the somber sky above. The water whispers secrets, carrying tales of what lies beneath. This is where Chisomo's story begins. A voice echoes, weaving through the air. A life touched by the sight, a gift born in shadows, a warning whispered on the wind. Beside the flowing river, a storm gathers within Chisomo, mirroring the turmoil in her heart. Her gaze hardens with newfound resolve as she faces the river, a silent promise forming on her lips. A deep breath fills Chisomo's lungs, steeling her for the journey ahead. She realizes her next dream will be about her. The river reflects the dawn of her self-discovery as she embraces her destiny. In the stillness of the night, worry etches deep lines onto Chisomo's face as she restlessly shifts in her sleep. The distant drumming from the village intensifies, piercing through the quietude of the night. The wind howls outside, its mournful cry amplifying the tension within the small hut. Trapped between the escalating tribal drums and the storm's rising fury, Chisomo's unease escalates, her dreams haunted by unseen shadows. In Chisomo's dream, flames devour the ancient trees, casting an eerie glow. The forest air burns with smoke, stinging her eyes as she desperately races forward. Distant voices echo through the trees, whispering her name on the smoky wind. Panic escalates as she stumbles upon a horrifying vision, herself trapped and silent. She is imprisoned behind an invisible barrier, her silent scream a haunting echo. The vision shatters, leaving Chisomo alone in the burning forest.